going to Best Buy. Unless you like some people I know. Some people just call it hell. So we're in a mad dash trying to get everything squared away for Dallas, Texas for the NRA annual meeting. And some things came in the mail today to make the trip much more fun and, you know, help me dress a little bit better. So we're going to go look at that in just a second. Mail time. So good morning. Before I started this, I wanted to get my coffee. I would like to try to phrase how much I like it. It would be something like...
Coffee. Coffee now!
Yeah. Anyway, let's go do a little unboxing. But first I want to show you something because this is a project I got to do. I'm standing in my studio, which is a gigantic mess. After I get back from Dallas, all of that has to be fixed. Desk's got to come out. All those shelves got to go. This behemoth has got to go. Enough of my problems. Let's look at a few things. So the first thing that's come in for this Dallas trip, because everything I'm talking about is either going to Dallas because of Dallas, that kind of thing. The first change is what you're hearing. I've decided to go to a lavalier system for audio on the main shooter, which is Panasonic GH5. And I'm using the Saramonic system, which it is the UwMic 9, I believe it is. Comes with 2 transmitters. One receiver that's on the camera. I'm talking on one right now. This is the other one. But then just to make things easier so I don't have to mic up somebody every time, I also got the Saramonic UwMic or MU9 microphone, stick mic. So the audio will be a little bit better, which I hope makes the production a little bit better. But you'll be the ones deciding that one. My 2 cameras are the Panasonic GH5 and the Sony A6500. This does a couple of things that that one doesn't do, and that one does a couple of things this one doesn't do. So I didn't have a wide solution for either one of these. And the 7-14 or the 8-18 lens for this camera is either going to be $700 or $1,000 for the GH5. For this camera, the 10-18 is going to be, I think it's $800 by itself. You have to have the 7-14 or 8-18 with that because it's a micro four thirds. This one, of course, is just APS-C. But the Canon 10-18 lens is a beautiful lens. It doesn't cost very much money. And so I have adapted the Canon 10-18 for my wide solution, and it seems to be working beautifully. So instead of paying $800 for a wide solution, I paid a grand total of $379, getting the Fotodiox adapter and this little video tip, if you're ever looking for a video tip. First up, everybody sees when you walk around at one of these conventions, you're walking around with credentials, and everybody has these little credential carriers, right? You can stick business cards in it and all these other things, but you wear this mainly to identify you. So, because a lot of times you're meeting people you've never met before, and it sort of blows out who you are. But there's some credential carriers that are a little more equal than others. Enter Mean Gene Leather. The Mean Gene Leather credential carrier with a laser engraved logo, I might add. Unique in the world. So while I was cutting towards myself, I didn't cut myself, and then when I cut away from myself, I did cut myself. which is just, and I mean, I barely touched myself with this. This is the Scallywag folder. This comes with a really nice edge. So, well, shame on me. Anyway, a while ago when the show was a little bit smaller, I had a sponsor called Sheath underwear. And then, like all, business relationships change, they end, sometimes they morph. Sheath, of course, has gotten bigger, and along with the show, so now Sheath underwear is back. Sheath underwear is I've been wearing Sheath underwear now exclusively for 3 years, nearly 3 years. And if you're trying to be active, like riding a bike or doing something out in the heat, and I live in South Carolina, underwear that wicks away moisture is really important, and that's what Sheath really excels at, in addition to the other things they do. But, I got some Sheath underwear in.
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Now, I'd already opened this, and he sent me some t-shirts. Robert Patton sent me some t-shirts. These are 60% bamboo. I don't really know how you turn bamboo into a t-shirt, but he has figured out how to do it. These are really, really soft. These are really, really nice. And I have one XL that I probably can't fit into. I'll have to figure out what to do with that one, won't I? T-shirts, though, excellent. And then there's the underwear, which Sheath underwear. I'll have links in the description for all this stuff for Mean Gene Leather, for Sheath underwear, all that stuff. This is the best underwear out there. And they just came out with a ladies line as well. So ladies, you too can have moisture wicking greatness. Occasionally I'll see somebody doing something out there that seems like they and I spoke. And either I persuaded them or they persuaded me, but we think the same way, which is very much the way it is with Pipe Hitters Union. Pipe Hitters Union, their boss man, Lincoln Osiris, he and Kit Cope, which I think you can see it right there, right here in the column. That's the Not Today Antifa poster. I was talking about that stuff for a long time before they ever came out with that, and then I reached out to them, and then it's just morphed into what it is, where they're both sponsors of the show. I reached out to Pipe Hitters, and I said, listen, I'd like to wear some really cool stuff at the NRA meetup. Will you help me out? So they said yes. Now, once again, I'm going to use the very dangerous This is the Pipe Hitters Union Security Round t-shirt. These t-shirts, they wash really good. They keep their size. They're very, very soft. Some of the softest stuff out there. Throw an attitude everywhere you go. Can't imagine some of the looks you get in the gym. This is the Pipe Hitters Union branded hoodie. I don't know any other way to describe it. I have others that have messages on them. But I wanted one that just said Pipe Hitters Union. I didn't want, I don't want too many things to get lost in the translation. So, I don't know how warm or cold it's going to be in Dallas either, but I'm taking that. Pipe Hitters Union Be Violent First t-shirt. I love some of the messages. This should be stuff for my wife. And the Head Queen in Charge t-shirt. And a couple of fitted ball caps. So that about wraps up the opening. I've got other stuff coming up very shortly. This is going to be going on the Scout rifle. What is it? I'm not going to tell you. In addition to some Ace firearm stuff that's coming up, and some more Nighthawk stuff and some more AR 500 Army stuff, and I'm going to be hanging out with all those guys in Dallas. If you're in Dallas, I'll be the guy looking like this. Come find me, say hello, I would love it. Until then, I'll see you later.